Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment that you're running a race. It's your race, a lane carved out just for you. Now picture this: instead of looking ahead, you're constantly glancing to the left and right, worried about who's ahead or behind. What happens? You lose focus, stumble, and fall short of your potential. Life, my friends, is exactly like that race. Your path is yours alone. Yet so many of us waste precious time and energy comparing ourselves to others, distracted by their journey instead of perfecting our own. Let me remind you of a fundamental truth: you are your greatest project. If you want to grow, to succeed, to achieve something extraordinary, you must learn to focus inward. Do you truly know what drives you, what excites you, what areas you need to improve? Most people don't take the time to reflect, and that's why they're stuck. It's easy to look at someone else's highlight reel and feel inadequate. But here's the truth: their life isn't your life. Their success doesn't diminish yours. You can't control other people's opinions, their actions, or their success. But you can control your attitude, your discipline, and your persistence. The difference between success and mediocrity lies in the small decisions you make every day. Are you building habits that take you closer to your goals or farther away? Nobody owes you success. Nobody is coming to save you. The sooner you accept that your life is in your hands, the sooner you'll stop wasting time waiting for others to make things happen for you. Read the books, take the classes, learn the skills. The greatest investment you'll ever make is in your own mind and character. Not every opportunity, not every relationship is worth your time. Say no to distractions so you can say yes to your dreams. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and uplift you. Let go of those who drain your energy or pull you off course. Growth doesn't happen overnight. Trees don't grow tall in a day, but they do grow steadily. Focus on small, consistent progress. Too often we focus on how far we have to go instead of how far we've come. Take a moment to acknowledge your progress. It's a powerful motivator. The journey to greatness begins within. Before you can conquer the world, you must first conquer yourself. Self-awareness is the foundation of every success, every breakthrough, and every triumph. It's about looking in the mirror and not just seeing your reflection, but understanding the person staring back at you, your strengths, your weaknesses, your dreams, and your fears. Most people drift through life like a ship without a compass, unsure of where they're going or why. But the moment you become self-aware, everything changes. You begin to see patterns in your behavior, to recognize the habits that lift you up and the ones that pull you down. You start to understand what drives you, what inspires you, and what holds you back. This is where transformation begins, not with blame, not with excuses, but with brutal honesty about who you are and who you want to become. When you're self-aware, you stop chasing after things that don't matter. You stop living for the approval of others or trying to fit into molds that don't suit you. Instead, you focus on what truly aligns with your values and your vision. Self-awareness gives you clarity, and clarity is power. It's not always comfortable to face yourself. Growth requires discomfort, but the alternative is far worse: living a life dictated by circumstances, by other people's opinions, or by your own unexamined habits. When you know yourself, you take back control. You stop being a passive participant in your life and become its architect. Greatness is not reserved for a chosen few. It's available to anyone willing to do the inner work. Self-awareness is the key. It is the ability to pause and reflect, to ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? And what am I willing to do to achieve it? These questions are simple but profound. They will guide you toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. Your potential is limitless, but only if you understand yourself enough to unleash it. The world doesn't change because you wish it to. It changes when you do. And it all begins with the courage to look inward, to know yourself, and to take the first step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. Comparison is a thief. It sneaks into your mind and robs you of your peace, your joy, and your confidence. The truth is, the moment you compare yourself to someone else, you lose sight of your own path. You stop appreciating the unique journey that is yours and start measuring yourself against standards that were never meant for you. But let me tell you something: no one's life is as perfect as it appears. What you see on the surface, the accomplishments, the possessions, the highlights, is only a fraction of the story. Behind every success, there are struggles you don't see, sacrifices you don't hear about, and challenges that remain hidden. When you fall into the comparison trap, you shift your focus to what others are doing, and you neglect the most important person in your life. You waste time and energy worrying about someone else's victories instead of building your own. The energy you spend envying their results could be used to improve yourself, to sharpen your skills, and to move closer to your goals. Every person has their own race to run. Your race is yours alone. And the finish line is not determined by where others are, it's determined by how far you've come from where you started. Success is not about being better than someone else, it's about being better than you were yesterday. When you let go of comparisons, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your journey, and your potential. You begin to see that the only person you're competing with is the person in the mirror. That's the battle that counts. Winning that battle will bring you more fulfillment than any external validation ever could. So stop looking to the side. Stop worrying about who's ahead or behind. Keep your eyes on your lane, your goals, and your purpose. When you do that, you'll find a sense of peace and empowerment that comparison can never offer. Remember, no one else can live your life for you. Stay in your lane, focus on your journey, and trust that your time will come. Life is unpredictable. It throws challenges your way that you didn't ask for and didn't see coming. But within the chaos lies a truth that can transform how you approach everything. Not everything is within your control, but what is within your control can change everything. You cannot control the actions of others. You cannot dictate the circumstances you're born into, the weather on any given day, or the obstacles that suddenly appear in your path. But you can control how you respond. You can control your attitude, your mindset, and your effort. And that, my friends, is where your true power lies. Focusing on the uncontrollable is a waste of energy. Worrying about what others think, dwelling on the past, or fearing what might happen tomorrow only drains you. It leaves you stuck, frustrated, and powerless. But when you shift your focus to what you can control, everything changes. You reclaim your power. You can control your work ethic. No one decides how much effort you put into your dreams, but you can control your attitude in the face of adversity. While others may crumble under pressure, you can choose resilience. You can control your discipline, showing up every day and doing the work. Even when it's hard, when you focus on what you can control, you move forward. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the architect of your life. It's not about pretending the uncontrollable doesn't exist. It's about refusing to let it dictate your future. The world is full of distractions, full of things trying to pull your attention away from what matters. But when you narrow your focus to what's within your power, you'll find clarity and momentum. You'll stop wasting time on what's out of reach and start building a life that reflects your effort, your values, and your purpose. Remember that storms will come and challenges will test you. But you don't need to control the wind. You just need to adjust your sails. You'll focus on what you can do and let the rest take care of itself. That's where your strength lies. That's where progress begins. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. It is the quiet, steady force that separates those who dream from those who do. Talent may give you a head start, but without discipline, talent will stall. Ambition may light a fire in your soul, but without discipline, that fire will burn out. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up when the excitement fades, when the path gets tough, and when progress seems invisible. Success is not built in the grand moments of inspiration. It's built in the small daily actions that no one sees. Developing self-discipline is not easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. It requires saying no to distractions, resisting the urge to take the easy way out, and focusing on what truly matters. It's waking up early to work on your dreams when the rest of the world is still asleep. It's choosing effort over excuses, commitment over comfort, and consistency over convenience. But discipline is more than just willpower, it's a habit. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Build momentum. Over time, those small, disciplined actions compound into something extraordinary. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be consistent. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from the chaos of procrastination, from the guilt of wasted time, and from the regret of unfulfilled potential. When you are disciplined, you control your future instead of letting circumstances control you. Every time you choose discipline, you strengthen your character. You become someone who can be trusted by yourself and by others. You prove to yourself that you are capable of doing hard things, and that belief will carry you through every challenge. So when the temptation comes to quit, when the voice in your head says, just this once, it's okay to slack, remember what's at stake. Remember that discipline is the price you pay for the life you want. Choose discipline, and you choose growth. Choose discipline, and you choose success. Choose discipline, and you become unstoppable. There is a moment in every person's life when they must look in the mirror and face the truth. You are where you are because of the choices you've made. Not the choices of your parents, your boss, or your circumstances, yours. This is not an easy truth to accept, but it is the most liberating. Because if your choices brought you here, your choices can take you anywhere. Taking personal responsibility means owning your life in its entirety, your successes, your failures, your actions, and even your inactions. It means no more blaming, no more excuses, no more waiting for someone else to fix things. It's recognizing that your destiny is not determined by what happens to you, but by how you respond. When you embrace responsibility, you take back your power. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the creator of your future. Yes, life will deal you unfair hands. Yes, there will be challenges and setbacks. But those challenges don't define you. How you choose to face them does. It's not about perfection. It's about accountability. When something goes wrong, the easiest thing to do is point fingers, but growth comes when you look inward and ask, what could I have done differently? What can I do better next time? This mindset isn't about self-blame, it's about self-empowerment. Responsibility is freedom. When you accept that your life is your responsibility, you're no longer bound by what others do or don't do. You realize that the keys to your success were never in someone else's hands, they've been in yours all along. This path isn't easy. It requires courage to admit when you've fallen short, humility to learn from your mistakes, and determination to rise above them. But the rewards are worth it. Responsibility builds character, it earns respect, and most importantly, it creates progress. You cannot change your past, but you can shape your future. That power lies within you, and it begins with one decision: to take full responsibility for your life. From this moment forward, commit to owning your choices, your actions, and your outcomes. Because when you take responsibility, you take control. And when you take control, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Your greatest asset is not your bank account, your possessions, or your connections, it's you. And like any asset, it must be nurtured, developed, and expanded if you want it to grow. The most successful people in the world understand this. The best investment you will ever make is in your own growth. Investing in your growth means prioritizing your development above everything else. It means dedicating time to learning, whether that's through reading books, taking courses, seeking mentors, or simply observing the lessons life is teaching you every day. Growth doesn't happen by accident, it happens by intention. Think about this. If you don't improve, how can your life improve? If you don't grow your skills, how can you seize bigger opportunities? If you don't expand your mind, how can you solve greater problems? Growth is the foundation of progress. Without it, you remain stuck, repeating the same patterns and wondering why nothing changes. But growth requires sacrifice. It means saying no to distractions, letting go of comfort, and stepping into the unknown. It means choosing short-term effort over short-term pleasure, knowing that the payoff will be far greater in the long run. It means understanding that every book you read, every skill you master, every challenge you face is not a cost, it's an investment that compounds over time. Investing in yourself also means taking care of your body and mind. What good is knowledge if you lack the energy to use it? What good is ambition if you're too stressed or unfocused to pursue it? Growth is holistic. It's about strengthening every part of who you are so you can show up as your best self in every area of life. And don't wait for someone to give you permission to grow. Don't wait for the right time, the right resources, or the right circumstances. The truth is, there is never a perfect moment. Start where you are with what you have and trust that every small step you take will lead to something greater. Remember, the most valuable thing you can own is not something you can touch, it's the person you're becoming. So invest in your growth relentlessly. Build your knowledge, sharpen your skills, and strengthen your character. Because the more you grow, the more you'll realize that there are no limits to what you can achieve. Every yes you give comes with a cost. It takes your time, your energy, and your focus resources that are limited and precious. The truth is, you cannot say yes to everything and still live a life of purpose and fulfillment. To protect what matters most, you must learn the power of saying no. Saying no is not about being selfish or unkind. It's about understanding your priorities and standing firm in them. It's about recognizing that every time you agree to something that doesn't align with your values or your goals, you are stealing time and energy from the things that do. Most people struggle with saying no because they fear disappointing others. They want to be liked, to be seen as helpful, to avoid conflict. But let me tell you something, constantly saying yes to everyone else's demands will leave you overcommitted, overwhelmed, and empty. You cannot pour from an empty cup. To give your best to the world, you must first protect what fills you up. When you say no to things that don't serve your purpose, you create space for the things that do. You free yourself to focus on what truly matters: your dreams, your growth, your health, and your relationships. Every no you give to a distraction is a yes to your priorities, but saying no takes courage. It takes clarity about what you want and the discipline to guard your boundaries. It means being honest with yourself and others even when it's uncomfortable. It means accepting that you can't do it all, and that's okay. Your worth is not measured by how many people you please, but by how authentically you live your life. Learning to say no is one of the most empowering skills you can develop. It gives you control over your time and energy. It helps you avoid burnout and resentment, and it allows you to show up fully for the commitments that truly matter to you. So the next time you're asked to take on something that doesn't align with your purpose, pause. Ask yourself, will this move me closer to the life I want, or will it pull me further away? If the answer is no, have the strength to decline. Say it kindly, say it firmly, but most importantly, say it. Because every no is an opportunity to honor yourself, your values, and your vision for your life. The people you choose to surround yourself with shape your life more than you realize. Their words, their energy, their habits, and their attitudes become a part of your environment, and your environment is everything. It can either lift you higher or weigh you down. That's why one of the most important decisions you will ever make is who you are. If you want to grow, you need to be around people who inspire you to be better, who challenge you to dream bigger, and who encourage you to take action. These are the people who see your potential even when you can't see it yourself. They are the ones who push you to keep going when the road gets tough and celebrate with you when you succeed. But surrounding yourself with the right people also means letting go of the wrong ones. This is not an easy thing to do. Sometimes it's the people closest to us who hold us back, the ones who doubt our abilities, discourage our dreams, or bring negativity into our lives. It doesn't mean you have to cut them out completely, but you must be intentional about how much influence they have over you. The truth is, you cannot soar like an eagle if you're surrounded by chickens. You cannot grow if you're constantly surrounded by people who are content with staying where they are. Growth requires discomfort, and the right people will not let you settle for less than you're capable of. They will hold you accountable to your goals and remind you of the greatness within you. Look around you. Are the people in your life building you up or tearing you down? Are they helping you move forward or holding you back? Be honest with yourself, because the quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. The right people won't always agree with you. They won't sugarcoat the truth or tell you what you want to hear, but they will be honest, supportive, and unwavering in their belief in your potential. Those are the people who matter. Seek out mentors who have walked the path you want to walk. Surround yourself with peers who are just as hungry for growth as you are. And never stop building relationships with those who inspire you to reach higher. Because when you surround yourself with the right people, you create an environment where success becomes inevitable. We live in a world that demands instant results, instant gratification, and instant success. But the truth is, real growth takes time. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. The journey toward your goals isn't a straight line. It's a series of steps, often slow, sometimes frustrating, but always moving you forward if you remain committed. And through it all, you must be patient with yourself. We're often our own harshest critics. We see others achieving what we want, and we feel like we're falling behind. We want progress, but we want it now. But if you rush the process, you risk missing the lessons that come from doing the hard work, making mistakes, and learning along the way. Patience doesn't mean waiting without effort. It means trusting the process. Even when results aren't immediate, knowing that every step you take is getting you closer to where you want to be. Success doesn't belong to those who give up the first time things get hard. It belongs to those who stick it out, who keep showing up day after day, who keep learning and evolving. And that requires patience. It means understanding that setbacks are part of the journey, not signs that you should quit. It means accepting that there will be days when things don't go as planned, but that doesn't mean you failed. You haven't failed unless you stop trying. Your growth isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about becoming the person capable of achieving them. The person you are today is not the person who will reach the heights you desire, and that's okay. The person you will become is the result of time, effort, persistence, and most importantly, patience with yourself. It's easy to be impatient when things feel difficult or uncertain, but remember this: nothing worthwhile comes without time and effort. Every challenge, every obstacle, and every detour you face is building something stronger in your resilience, character, and wisdom. The process is shaping you for the success that will come, and it will come if you don't rush it. So give yourself grace. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be right now. You don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Your path is your own, and it will unfold in its own time. Keep moving forward with belief and patience, and when the results do come, you'll realize that the wait was worth it, because you will have earned it not just through your work, but through the patience and persistence that fueled it. So often we focus on the destination, on the final goal, the end result. And while having a clear vision for where you want to go is important, it's just as crucial to celebrate the steps you take along the way. Too many people overlook the small victories, the incremental progress, believing that only the grand achievements are worth recognizing. But here's the truth: progress, no matter how small, is a victory in itself, and it deserves to be celebrated. Every day you show up and do the work, you are moving forward. Every challenge you face and overcome, you are becoming stronger, more capable, more resilient. Each time you push yourself beyond what you thought possible, you are expanding your limits and proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you realize. These moments matter even when they don't seem significant. They are the building blocks of your success, the foundation upon which your future will stand. It's easy to get caught up in the next thing, always looking ahead to what's next on your list of goals. But when you fail to celebrate your progress, you rob yourself of the motivation and confidence you need to keep going. Recognizing your own achievements, no matter how small, fuels your passion and reminds you why you started in the first place. Celebrating progress keeps your spirit alive, your enthusiasm high, and your belief in yourself strong. You've come a long way. Think about it for a moment. Reflect on where you were a year ago, 6 months ago, or even a few weeks ago. You've learned. You've grown. You've faced obstacles and found a way to rise above them. All of this is progress. And progress is worth acknowledging because it's proof that you're on the right path. They don't wait until you've reached the pinnacle of your journey to celebrate. Every milestone, every effort, every lesson learned deserves recognition. Celebrate your hard work, your perseverance, your dedication to becoming the best version of yourself. When you celebrate your progress, you acknowledge how far you've come, and this fuels the drive to keep pushing forward. The road may be long, and the end may seem far off, but the journey is just as important. Celebrate your progress as a reminder that you're moving in the right direction, and every step you take is getting you closer to the life you're creating. Be proud of what you've accomplished because it is significant, and you are worthy of celebrating every bit of it. Remember this, life isn't about being better than others, it's about being better than you were yesterday. When you focus on yourself, you reclaim your energy, your joy, and your purpose. You stop running someone else's race and start running your own. So today I challenge you to shift your focus inward. Build yourself, nurture yourself, and trust that when you put in the work, the results will follow. After all, the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs the best version of you. Thank you.